When widowed single dad Ray took his son on a simple nature walk, he never imagined what they'd find deep in the woods: a crying woman in a wedding dress, chained to a tree. Was it a sick joke, a crime scene, or something far more heartbreaking? What happened next changed everything. And you won't believe the truth behind her tears. Ray Thompson, a humble mechanic and single father, had one sacred routine every Sunday, taking his 7-year-old son Jamie on long nature walks to bond and breathe. It had been their healing ritual since his wife passed away 2 years ago. That morning, the woods whispered something strange in eerie silence. Birds had gone quiet. The wind stood still. And then Jamie froze mid-step. "Daddy, who's that lady? Why is she crying?" Ray turned, and what he saw made his blood run cold. In the clearing stood a woman, dressed in a torn wedding gown, chained to a tree, her face streaked with mascara, her wrists raw, and her eyes pleading for help. Ray ran forward. "Ma'am, are you okay? Who did this to you?" She flinched, whispering, "Don't call the police, please." Ray hesitated. He could see she wasn't just scared, she was broken, and yet oddly calm. "I'm not a criminal," she said, "but I'm not innocent either." Jamie clung to Ray's hand, trembling. But Ray knelt beside her, whispering, "Tell me what happened." The woman's name was Alina Rivers. Her wedding was supposed to be that very morning. She'd been in love with Darren, the town's wealthy banker's son. But when she found out the truths, that he had arranged her kidnapping to keep her from exposing his shady dealings, she tried to escape. "He didn't want to kill me," she said bitterly. "He just wanted to silence me, humiliate me, break me. So his punishment: chain her in the woods, in her wedding dress alone." Alina had been left there overnight, cold, terrified, forgotten. But he didn't forget people. Ray called his friend Marcy, a nurse. Instead of the police, he gently unchained Alina, wrapped his coat around her, gave her water, and drove her home to his home. For 3 days, Alina slept, ate little, spoke even less. But Jamie, with childlike innocence, would bring her drawings. He'd sit by her door and sing songs his mom once sang, and slowly Alina smiled again. "Your son. He reminds me what kindness looks like." Ray offered her a room. No strings attached. She stayed for a week, then a month, then 3. She found a job at the local diner. Ray fixed up her old car, and Jamie, he now had a second hand to hold on nature walks. Alina helped Jamie with homework. She read bedtime stories in place of the mom he'd lost. And for Ray, something long buried began to stir again. Months later, Alina made a brave choice. She took her story to the local paper. Her expose on Darren shook the town. Arrests were made. Justice finally served. But Alina never returned to her old life. She had found something far more precious: a family, a home, and love that wasn't built on fear, but on healing. One cool autumn evening, Jamie burst into the living room with a drawing that showed 3 stick figures: Ray, Alina, and Jamie under a tree. Jamie grinned. "I want you to be my new mummy." Alina's eyes welled up, and Ray, clumsily, got down on one knee, not with a diamond but with a tiny silver key. "This is the key to the chain that once bound you, and now, if you're ready, I'd like to offer you a new beginning. Will you marry us?" Alina said yes, with tears in her eyes and a heart finally free. Sometimes the chains that bind us aren't just metal but fear, pain, and the lies others tell us. But healing begins when someone chooses to see you, not as a victim, but as a soul worth saving. Ray didn't just free Alina from a tree, he freed her from her past, and she in turn helped him rediscover love, through trust, courage, and Jamie's quiet hope. If this story touched your heart, please give it a like and share it with someone who believes in second chances. Subscribe to Kindness Echoes for more real, emotional stories that remind us, even in the darkest woods, love can be found.